Oh, hi, cool. Yeah, you actually clicked on the link. Nothing's here. There's no visuals. I worked way too hard on this, and yeah, I'm not getting any actual value out of it. So this whole section is going to remain unfinished. However, all of the audio was here. So if you want to have, I guess, like a sneak peek thing, there you go. Here's the audio and whatever finished visuals that I had. I have to get the actual recap video done so I can get on with my life. Uh, okay, starting the unfinished video. Actually, yeah, what is the story of Hawaii Part 2? And I've been wanting to figure that out. And I'm fairly certain that I have figured out the story, and I have no idea if anyone else knows about it. Or at the very least, I have a really good version of what I think the story is. So a lot of people think that the guy in the Mind Electric is being falsely accused of murder and being sent to death via the electric chair, only to survive with a broken mental state. Okay, that's one way to view it, but if you look at the context of the other songs, there's some interesting lore. And I don't have much time, so I'm gonna have to speedrun this part. Intro to Snow, Isle to Thyself, Black Rainbows, White Ball, all of them didn't exactly happen. These are more just delusions and wild fantasies going on in the main character's mind, reminiscing of a time of simplicity where things just made sense. That is until Murders, where the entire album pivots into a realm of evil, where our main character's love interest is slaughtered by an individual known only as the Earl King. Now, something I thought was interesting, and I wish I had more time to explain.
I was in the middle ground, looking to find the flowers in the garden, wearying of the hate me not, wait, they forgot, whoa, oh, the rot.
I wish I had more time to be specific, but what this line is supposed to represent is the dark thoughts of our main character creeping into paradise. The paradise that was the first 3 songs. The bad thoughts was wary of the walls in the garden, being the flowers. However, they have rotten over time, and have forgotten those bad memories, allowing them to seep in once more. The truth is, our main character truly did kill the woman. A thought too terrible to bear, which is what Space Station 7 pops in and kinda throws a wrench into our plans. Wait, that's not English, that's Japanese. And it turns into French at some point? Oh, this is a weird song. Basically, the lyrics talk about getting to heaven via spaceship, with the hope that one day our main character will see his love once more. Which is a nice thought and whatnot, but the real question is, why did the language change? I mean, like, it could be in English, but why is it in a different language? 2 different languages. Conclusion I eventually came to, this was a symptom of our main character's coping mechanism, distracting himself through song. Or just distracting himself to the point that reality ceases to exist and he lives in his own little world. Free from life, free from death, only pleasure is here. With the garden walls that is his mind to protect him. However, by this point, those walls have become rotten. It's been too long. What happens in the Mind Electric are the walls cracking apart. Eventually, justice catches up to him. He is now being tried in court and brought before the judge. What has he to say in his defense?
Father, your honor, may I explain? My brain has claimed its glory over me. I've a good heart, albeit yes.
Bam! All of a sudden, the gavel falls from the judge. He need not end his sentence to be given one. Those that are insane must be sentenced to the infirmary. There you shall be cleansed. Is a line I just made up just for the transition, and is a really good script moment in the script that I have written out. Basically, this guy goes to the infirmary, where he's sentenced to a type of electroshock therapy to hopefully clear his mind of this dark presence within him. That could be mistaken for insanity. Maybe? I'm not sure if it's insanity, I'm pretty sure he just said that to save his life sentence. But whatever, the nuns pull the lever, and... during the distorted chaos part of the Mind Electric, there's a weird extra 36 second clip of just nonsense. Ambient creepy music broken up by random guitar riffs. Why is this here but not in the reversed order version? Why are there even two variations of the same song but with different instruments? What is up with that? Conclusion: chaos version is what's going on in the mind of our main character. This little blip of chaos that isn't present in order, this is a symptom of his coping mechanism to rewrite reality to be at least a little bit more pleasing before he gets electrocuted. The order version is simply what everyone else sees, which I'm sure is something that everyone can kind of understand, though the realization that this is a habit that has infected our main character his whole life ever since he murdered his love. Which kind of changes the story a little bit, doesn't it? Moving on to Labyrinth, it goes over how our main character is kind of stuck in his own mind. What ended up happening at the end of Mind Electric is his dark urges, his insanity, has become completely separated from our main character. Has it been completely removed? No, the dark urged version of our main character is now the one in control. Our main character is completely stuck in his mind, and he has to find a way out. All the while his dark urges are trying to snuff him out and kill him.
So I'm dropping trap doors in the floor before they for me. Focus on the love and the light right before me. Walls keep spinning and my path keeps turning. Patience spinning and my calves keep burning. Hotter than the furnace. Suddenly I'm learning. Maybe I finally reached the point of no returning. East is north and west is south. I feel like I will never get out. I'm trapped.
However, a time machine comes around. Perhaps eventually, through therapy and psychiatric care, our main character is able to retain his mind and at least function somewhat normally. Well, now I'm not even sure if his dark urges took over or something. Maybe he just went in a coma for a while. I'm not sure. Yeah, that part of the story I'm not too sure on and I need to clarify more. But the next part, I am definitely sure on. Time Machine is our main character's coping mechanism symptoms at it again, reverting the time and reality back to a time when things were fine and dandy.
There's a still tension in the swell of dreamt debris afloat amidst the waves and then dispel.
Stranded Lullaby, one of my favorite songs just because of how calming and peaceful it is. Oh, I love the song, it's so wonderful. It's about our main character reminiscing of a time with his love. Of course, right back at the start. Back when times were simple, times were just with his love. Ah, what a wonderful life.
Game the mess. I'd like to know why you are all alone while I'm lost at sea. Maybe we'll be there when you
And so that transitions quite wonderfully into Dream Suite in C major, where the introduction of that part is a slight redo of Intro into Snow, the very first song in the whole album. What just happened is a loop of our main character's insanity. He wanders through the fields of his mind, pondering life with his lover back when days were much more simpler. Eventually, his guard is let down and the dark memories seep in, reminding him of his terrible past. But then, through extensive amounts of effort and a lot of therapy, he goes right back to the start, where he just ponders about time with his love.
You look quite divine tonight, here among these vibrant lights. Pure delight surround us as we sail. Signed, yours truly, the whale.
But this time, this loop is a little different. For the first time in what seems like forever, it is almost as if the real love of his life has finally entered his dreams. Not just some vivid recreation, but the real deal. That part at the end was a callback to Murders, because that's the only time the overdrive piano is ever used.
Our part is wholly ending, unlike any final song. So long, so far. We will be atoning at last eternal through the crest above a blinding star.
But anyways, our main character and their lover is finally reunited. Ah, what a happily ever after. Or is it? Something seems a little wrong with our character's lover. Like I said, she seems almost too real. And then the realization hits. This is her revenant. Finally, after all of this time, she can finally get back to our main character what he's done to her so long ago. And in the most poetic way possible, she prevents him from running away to his dreams. For the first time in what seems like a long time, our main character is finally facing reality. Unfortunately, his first taste of reality is through gravity and the realization that his last steps are a few feet above him, and he is falling kinda fast. The rest of the song takes an extremely long time to end. Like, it feels like it should have ended so long ago, but it just keeps going. The river gets close to him, he can't run away anymore. The escapes within his mind that he sought refuge to are no longer accessible to him. She has blocked them. And now he has to experience the rest of his life in excruciating detail. Is Variations on a Cloud, which has no relation to the actual song and doesn't actually provide any extra information on the story. It is basically the song that is played as the end credits. It is the band's way of saying a final farewell to everyone who has listened to the album. Apparently the song has something to do with 9/11. I'm not sure, you're just gonna have to look that up.
Shades of gray, floating inside the sky, show us everything every day. Okay, jump to end it all. Let this one be to break the fall.
So that's the speedrun version of Hawaii Part 2 story. I want to completely make an entire video where I go into way more detail on that story instead of just me taking like not enough time to talk about things. I want to have like a whole 40 or 50 minute video showing off the story. But in order to do that, I need animations. I need something in the background. I mean, look at this. Do you want that to be the background? I don't want to animate myself every time I want to talk all the time. You know what would be easier? I'm gonna animate everything. I'm just gonna animate the entire series. That way I have some cool background footage on everything. I don't feel like using anyone else's stuff. I thought it'd be more interesting of making my own. And now here I am. I'm stuck in a situation where I kind of forced myself to make this animation stuff before the end or the beginning of December, because at that point I need like no time. Oh my god.